Welcome back to Network Africa. Remember, you can get more NATAP stories. You'll find them on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channels, where you can watch our videos. Do log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device and download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. We also ask you to please share how you're spending the holiday through the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app on the Android, iOS, and Windows platform. Now, to share those pictures and selfies we'd love to see, please tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. Let's check in on what else is happening here in Africa. Scheduled elections will not be going on as planned in the Central African Republic, and that's because election materials are not ready and preparations for the polls are lagging behind. The country's Prime Minister, Mahamat Kamoun, announced a new date for the elections as December 30th to allow for more successful organization and ensure the elections are more transparent, credible, and democratic. Ballots for the presidential and legislative elections printed abroad only arrived in the capital Bangui in the last few days and have yet to be distributed to polling stations across a nation with few roads. Kamoun said the December 13 constitutional referendum had also exposed shortcomings in the training of election workers. Elections in the former French colony, where UN peacekeepers and French soldiers are struggling to maintain security, have already been repeatedly delayed. Back here in Nigeria, it was a dark Christmas in Nnewi, Anambra State, where at least 8 people have died, several others injured in an explosion at a gas plant belonging to Intercorp Oil Limited, a subsidiary of Chickason Group located along Onitsha-Owerri Expressway. Eyewitnesses say the incident happened around midday when a consignment of gas was being offloaded to a company's dump. An explosion resulting from a leak caused a fire that spread to nearby houses, wreaking havoc as it goes. Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano, who visited the area with the traditional ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Alfred Achebe, says he's concerned that this will happen during a festive period, but sends his condolences to the families of the victims.
Chickason's gas plant, supplying LPG to the community here and beyond. There was a fire outbreak here. The cause we are yet to ascertain, but a few people lost their lives, and some more people that came to buy gas were burnt in various degrees. The government will take care of the people that are burnt and receiving treatment in the hospital, and I sympathize with the family of the dead, and Nnewi in general.
I don't know why people derives pleasure in spreading negative and wrong news. Is it a prayer that such a number should die? On ground, I said very clearly, 6 people died at the outer perimeter of the fence of the company, and 2 other people died in an adjacent family as a result of the explosion, which extended to nearby buildings. So in total, 8 people are confirmed dead, 6 are injured and in the hospital.
Well, sadly, those families will not be celebrating the Christmas as much as the rest of us would. Our thoughts and our prayers are with them at this trying time. Now, the Yuletide season also comes with much anticipation for the celebrations, just as it comes with much dread for traffic, especially for us here in Lagos, where it seems everyone wants to live at the same time and get to where they're going at the same time. At destinations, while we assume that most people have successfully made it out of state to visit loved ones and family, the Federal Road Safety Corps is cautioning road users on proper use during the holidays. Now, one way is by cooperating with officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps and other law enforcement agents deployed for traffic management. Road users are being urged to avoid driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, not to make calls while driving, or not to send text messages while driving also, and to avoid carrying fuel in jerry cans, avoid night trips, and use of faulty lighting system as only the living can celebrate. Well, joining me now on Network Africa to emphasize how important it is to be careful on the roads this season is the Zonal Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Zone 2, Assistant Corps Marshal Nsiombong Akpabio. You're welcome to Network Africa.
Thank you very much.
And compliments of the season.
Thanks.
Well, I suppose if you got here safely, it means that the roads are either free, free of accidents, or free of traffic.
Sure, it's free. Free.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this season usually is characterized by, sadly, road accidents, people in a hurry to get to where they're going more than any other time in the year. What do people really need to remember as they hit the roads this season?
A lot of people believe that during the festive period like this, and there another influence somewhere that always guide their behavior while using the road. We have been saying generally that there's no spirits, no manipulation from anywhere that will guide the behavior of drivers on the road. We decided to map our strategies as early as possible and advise motorists, go to the motor parks, to the churches, in the mosque, all over, to let people be aware that while using the road, you must drive responsibly. The road does not respect anybody. Nobody has immunity against road traffic crash. So while driving on the road, you must maintain the speed limits. Irrespective of the status of the vehicle you are driving or your status in the society, the road you use would surely have a sanction if there's a default by the driver of the vehicle. And you can see the volume of traffic pulling up from Lagos on a daily basis since last week Friday.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And we predicted that this thing will happen that way. That's why we decided to start the operation since on Wednesday last week and come up very early in the morning to take position at critical corridors where we believe that there's going to be a problem. And thank God we have been able to handle it properly. 2, 3, 4 places that we noticed problems. Danko filling station along before, shortly after Muwe to Shishagamu. We had 2 crashes there. One was serious, one was fatal. 1 person died. Speed violation. In fact, all the 4 crashes we recorded so far, as of today, were all related to speed violation by the drivers of vehicles. So we want to warn the public that irrespective of where you are going to, no amount of emergency will force you to drive irresponsibly on the road. Because there could be a tire blowout, something can happen on the road. How will you manage to control the vehicle? So generally, the behavior of drivers is what we want people to know, that you have no authority, you have no right to kill the life of somebody else or your own.
Yeah, and that also includes checking your car to be sure that it is roadworthy.
Yes. If you remember quite well, that before this period, we had joint operation with the VIO, that Road Traffic Services in Lagos and Ogun States. Similar things happen in other states all over the country, that we must intensify our effort in checking non-roadworthy vehicles to be pulled out from the road. And between November 13 and December 18 this year, we pulled out 210 of such vehicles from Lagos and Ogun States.
Wow.
Yes, and continuously we are doing that on a daily basis to be sure that we don't allow non-roadworthy vehicles to be on the road. During our special patrol, we prosecuted 5 of such drivers that brought out their vehicles that had been parked for over 1 year plus now. They were prosecuted in the mobile court.
Okay, so well, for those who are being driven, I mean, much of your advice is coming for those who are driving vehicles, but there is also some responsibility for those who are passengers in the vehicles, right?
Yeah, we know quite the role of the passengers in vehicles. That if you are a passenger in a vehicle, you must not push the driver. That's encourage the driver to drive irresponsibly. There are cases whereby instead of planning to travel early enough, you delay, most importantly, those are owners of vehicles being driven by their drivers. They will delay going for appointment and take up late. That's shouting by, look, I have 2 hours now, move. In such cases, some driver will disobey and drive irresponsibly and involve in a crash. So if you're a driver, whether you are paying passenger or not, don't encourage your driver to drive and take you to the mortuary. You must monitor your driver before he kills you.
Assistant Corps Marshal Nsiombong Akpabio, thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa.
I appreciate it.
Well, still ahead on the program, we go south of Africa to experience the Christmas celebrations there. Please stay with us.